My take on the Nobel Prize in Physics, Richard P. Feynman, 1965, 1/3. Today is Monday, 18 November 2024. Yes, it's Richard P. His middle name was, first letter is a P, if you didn't know. Okay, I'm Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Norway in the United States of America, and I'm talking through the Richard P. Feynman, he, him, his of the United States of America, Nobel Prize in Physics, year of award 1965. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics, 1/3 of the prize, approximately 33.33%, for his research regarding quantum electrodynamics. I provide my take/perspective on his award and contextualize it in terms of his legacy as a popularizer of what it can mean to be a physicist. Yes, so he's what most famous within the physics community is the man with the best hair. Okay, be it short or long. And so he was like one of those, when I took physics, and so my bachelor of science degree is geology and geophysics, and I spent over 4 years in graduate school towards a PhD in geophysics. Was my intent heading in, and then quit with no degree. And I studied things at the quantum scale, and so there's he was an interesting one because like he was good looking, and he was the sexy scientist, and like the Nobel laureates are kind of known as like the people who tend to win prizes in physics are not necessarily known for being good looking. Right? So essentially what happened with him is he wins this prize and he like has this look. And so he can do physics and he can do quantitative physics and that kind of thing. And he makes beautiful diagrams. This man's legacy has largely become, ooh, look at those diagrams that he made. Or, ooh, look at those little Feynman lectures in that beautiful box set. It kind of has like consumed people of like, because he looks different than what the like stereotypical look is. So like in a sport, if somebody has a certain muscle mass distribution or a certain haircut or whatever, that takes look precedence over like skin tone and stuff like that. And so in physics, he was like somebody who had a look that was different. And like especially in sports, like the people who look different and can do something with that different look tend to be flagged as like cheaters, right? And so I'm saying there's a little bit of his legacy is very much like about the look of things, and he had a different look, right? As not for all of us. I like the guy's research and like the technical aspects of what he did, but within physics, yes, there's it's certain industrial standards for looks, and he deviated from what it looked like, and so maybe that's where his fixation on deviations came from. Was just like, I don't quite look like the other guys, right? And I would say perhaps he is perhaps legitimately the only physicist in the 1900s to go mainstream, and I would say that's look related. As a reminder, the Nobel Prize is about a research topic and not the people behind the research. That is why they waited until after Stephen Hawking died to give Roger Penrose a prize without Hawking. The Nobel Committee hated Hawking. And so what I'm getting here is he was kind of viewed as the pretty boy of quantum electrodynamics. So he won the prize because of the other people. And they were like, fine, we'll give it to you too, but they didn't really like the man. So taking that into account and like being like all of the hatred that the Nobel Prize is awarded towards people of my ethnicity, the predatory type of awards, I was like, do I have a dream for if I win a Nobel Prize in Physics? Because it would be about my research and they'd try and divorce me from my research. So what would my dream if I win a Nobel Prize in Physics? To be notified in person on official letterhead by members of the Nobel Committee. I received a letter from a professor trying to kick me out of the University of California, Berkeley on official letterhead. So, needless to say, a phone call I would interpret as a joke. Okay. Then I reject their offer of the prize in physics as a form of restorative justice in regards to the number of Nobel Prizes that have been awarded that are predatory towards people of my ethnicities. Okay. They publish publicly that I have rejected the prize and do not award a prize, which they have done a number of times before, instead saying no prize was awarded as it was rejected by me, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi. That's like the public announcement is it was rejected by Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, so it's not being awarded this year. If they still want me to win a Nobel Prize in physics after that, then the Nobel Committee keeps trying until they get a yes from me. If they take more than one no cycle, though, it may take more than one no cycle, though. So how many no's does it take to get a yes? How about 1001 consecutive no's? All right, so if they do go, oh, but we do care about you, Miss Leonhardi, and then be like, so it's a diversity prize because there's a bunch of 100% by ancestral origins, a bunch of 100% pure white women, and you're Native American. All right, so if that's true, then like there would also need to be, instead of a biography about my research, I would request, and if they don't fulfill the request, the answer is a no to the prize, right? There's the public announcement, and then there's the in-person awarding, like with the ceremony. So there's 2 times a person can say no to the prize and reject it. And so I think that's where it's like, so if they want a yes, then lead my ethnicities and lead that and the names of my Native Americans. Right, like there's I do not want to be confused with pure white people. I am not one. So if they were to say that it did matter, it would be just for that diversity check mark. Because I'm a she, her, hers, Euro Native American. And there's always friction between, so Alfred Nobel, the guy who this is named after, is an invasive Scandinavian. He was not Sami, which are the original peoples of Norway, Sweden, Finland, Russia. And I am. So there's a little bit of friction there of this prize in no way represents us, original peoples. So making sure that my ethnicity is led to clarify, right? Alfred Nobel is still suppressing and oppressing us original peoples to this day through the existence of the Alfred Nobel Prize, the Nobel Prize. But yeah, anyway, it's like, so if I won one, I'd be known as the Euro Native American woman. And Richard Feynman is known as the sexy scientist. There was one once in physics. Okay, so that's my take on the Nobel Prize in Physics, Richard P. Feynman, 1965, 1/3.